Fora TV. The world is thinking.
The impression that I have, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that in a sense you've encountered some of the left-right intellectual split in the United States as well, and that some of the views you've expressed are ipso facto categorized as right of center, making you a little bit toxic on the left. I recall the interview in the Sunday New York Times Book Review, which had a kind of smart alecky tone to it. Are you finding that you're able to reach audiences on the center left and on the left and convince them? Or are, as we say, are you dead on arrival because you're now seen as a captive of the right?
Well, there is left and there is left.
Okay.
There is a left, say center of left, called liberals in this country, who are concerned about a backlash from the native population who fear that Muslim minorities might meet with racism and exclusion equal to that encountered and experienced, say, by the Black Americans, and they don't want things to go back to that time. As far as those concerns are genuine, I think they have a point, and you cannot replace one form of hatred and racism and bigotry with another form of hatred and racism and bigotry. That left has a legitimate point, and I think that when they argue we should not single out people just because of their religious convictions or just because of their skin color, I think they have a point. And it's a legitimate point, it's a very strong point. But there's another kind of left altogether, a remnant of communism, socialism, some kind of Bolshevism, but what they have in common is a hatred of America and everything American, which is almost, in its vocabulary, almost as bad as that you encounter in the Middle East or among the radical Marxists and radical Muslims. That kind of left is very dangerous. And I think that kind of left sees me only as a pawn or as a pawn of the right-wing conspiracy, or whatever they call it. But they are just as fanatical and not open to reason and just have their way, and I have encountered them here in the United States, but also in Europe. And it is that extreme left that has this, well, unholy alliance, you could almost say, with the radical Muslim groups, which is very ironic because if the radical Muslims get their way, they would first start by killing them.
The first targets will be this group, you're saying?